All right. So good morning, everyone. I need a bigger house. We're going to start standing today. So if you need any modifications as we go through the session, please modify. We're going to start standing, work our way down, and we'll finish with abdominal stuff. We'll do some oblique stuff today as well. So just find your standing point. And I just want you to start by shifting forward onto your toes and back onto your heels. So as we do this, just inhale as you go forward to your toes, exhale as you come back to your heels, and just feel the ground below you. I just want you to just find that base and that center. There we go. This might be a little bit better. Not so much cutting off my head now. But as we go through, I want you to sort of go forward onto your toes, but onto your big toe. So we're rolling forward onto our toes, onto our big toe, out to our little toe, and back to the center of our heel. So into our, forward to the big toe, out to the little toe, back to the center of the heel. And just feel the points press into the ground. We're just finding that neutral. So our feet are the foundation. When we stand, we want to make sure we've got that nice even stance. So we want to feel big toe when you're ready, big toe, little toe, and the center of your heel always connecting with the floor. So once you've got that, we're a little bit soft through the knees. We're just going to start with our breathing. So hands are relaxed down by our side. Going to take a deep breath in. As we inhale, we lift up. And as we exhale, we're pushing the air away and out of our lungs. So we take that deep breath in. And just start to settle yourself into the space. Relax your body. And just enjoy taking a minute or 30, depending on your kids, for yourself. Or if you don't have kids, you'll get 30 minutes, which is amazing. So we're going to reach up. I want you to interlock your fingers, index finger pointing up. So we're reaching up, index fingers up. We're going to inhale. We're going to reach across to the side. Hips stay neutral. We're sort of stretching down here. And then using those obliques, they're going to squeeze us back to center. So we inhale to reach across. Exhale, squeezing back to center. Inhale. And then exhale. Really use those obliques. Feel a little tightening across your tummy here. So across your transverse abdominis. I watched a really great pelvic floor introductory video on Instagram the other day, which was so great. Had some really, really great pelvic floor tools. So I will share a couple of tips as we go through the class. But we might do our pelvic floor. We'll do our pelvic floor activations at the end. So take a deep breath in as we exhale. Relax the arms. We're going to come into our roll down. So we inhale to reach up, soft knees. Exhale, tuck the chin, rolling down, vertebrae by vertebrae as we come down. When we get to the ground, hands flat. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, straighten the knees. Inhale to bend the knees, and then exhale, coming up, vertebrae by vertebrae, re-stacking as we're going. So your core, remember your core, inhale up, exhale, squeezing down. So our core is our pelvic floor. There's a lot that make up our core, but our very foundation that we always focus on is our pelvic floor and our transverse abdominis. So that muscle that runs, it kind of runs all the way across here, but I find we sort of tend to activate it more here. I'm going to do two more. So when we do our pelvic floor, it's as if we need to go to the toilet. We want to lift and hold it for as long as we can. And any exercises that you have throughout the class where you're feeling a little bit pressure on your pelvic floor, then that's when you need to activate it the most. Last roll down here, you're actually going to come to your mat. So you're going to roll down. We're going to walk out onto our mat and set ourselves. Hands and knees to start. Toes tucked under, and we're going to come into our cat-cow pose. We're going to inhale to round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis. Exhale, arch the back, and looking up. So we're inhaling, tuck tail, lifting up. And then we've got our two sit bones at the back. And as if we need to break wind. That's sort of what we want to, when we activate our pelvic floor, we're holding the muscle at the back, holding our pelvic floor, and gently and softly engaging our transverse. But we will do a full set, and I'll teach you how to integrate it into your everyday life, because it's really important to work your pelvic floor as if you were working any other muscle at the gym. So come to center. So find center, nice neutral spine. We've got toes tucked under. We're just going to come, we're just warming up. So we're going to take weight into our right hand and our left knee. As we exhale, we're reaching forward, extending opposite arm, opposite leg, trying to keep the hips nice and level. Inhale to come back down. And then we exhale, we change sides. So we're squeezing the glute, trying to balance. Inhale, come back. Exhale, out. Inhale, release. Now, the slower you can go, the more time you're going to give those muscles to fire and engage. So if you can go slow, even more so on the coming back, because you're going to balance, that's what I want. Really focused on that slow movement. We're going to take that left arm out and that right leg extended. We're going to hold. So you're going to hold here. And for 10, we're going to inhale to bring elbow to knee around the spine. Exhale, lengthen out as much as you can. So inhale, coming in. Exhale, out. Inhale, in. Exhale, out. So really squeezing, thinking about the length between your fingertips all the way to your toes. So long, slow breath. As we come, we try and tuck pelvis under. So really try and engage that transverse abdominis as we tuck under and then come back to neutral and then we tuck. So when we tuck, try and think about the abdominals pulling the pubic bone to the belly button rather than you using your spine to just bend. All right, coming back to that neutral, we're going to change to the right hand, left leg. So right hand, left leg extending out. Inhale to come in, tucking, exhale out. So remember, as we tuck, we're using those abdominals to tuck, trying to keep that balance. My balance is shocking today. Probably the lack of sleep. So the length between the fingertips and the toes is important. We're really extending. Try and really squeeze and engage through that glute as we extend out. We're going to take 2 more. Inhaling in. Last one, you're just going to place the hand down. So left leg stays out. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it out to the side as we inhale. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, take it across to the other side. And we're trying not to move the hips. Exhale, up. So inhale to come out. Exhale, lift. Inhale, across. Exhale, lift. And just keep tapping. You're really starting to feel and warm up through your hips. And there's no swaying. There's no arching with your lower back. So really try and get your brain to engage with your pelvis to make sure that we're mindful that there's no shifting of weight. That weight is in your left hand and your right knee so that we're keeping that balance. 2 more here. I'm going to try and move a little quicker today so that we can really feel like we're getting a little bit more of an intense workout. Last one. And then replace and come back to that neutral. And then we take that right leg straight out. So right leg straight out. We're inhaling out, exhaling up, inhaling across, exhaling up. And again, you're mindful that you're taking that range of movement as far as you can without the shift of the pelvis. So leg movement is as far as you can without any movement through the pelvis. If we're not controlling, what's going to happen is we're going to start to shift and move pelvis. So we're just letting that leg do the range of movement as far as it can. You can kind of see that there's not a lot of movement through my pelvis. She is so tired. Join the club. Yeah, you think it's funny. I do not. All right. Coming back to neutral. Last little warm-up one here. Last one on our hands, and then we're going to come onto our side. We're going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to lift up, holding strong. Inhale to come down. So we exhale to lift, knees off the floor just a couple of centimeters, and then we come back down. So as we lift, you might feel a little bit more pressure through your pelvic floor, because this one is going to be a little bit more challenging for that. So as you lift, engage if you need to. Your pelvic floor should work anyway. If it doesn't, if it still has a little bit of weakness, then that's when you need to engage it. The video I was watching the other day had a great analogy for women after kids. Two more here. So our pelvic floor starts out as a nice thick Scotch fillet steak. Okay, coming onto our side now. When we have kids, it thins out. So we need to get it back to that thick Scotch fillet steak. So elbow directly under shoulder. We're going to tuck the knee under our hip. So we're nice and straight from our shoulder to our heel. We're up nice and tall. And all we do from here, we're going to take level 1, and you can stop and do this at whatever level you like. Level 1, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. If you want to add, you can add the reach with the arm. That's up to you. Lifting and lowering. If you need to grab a cushion to pop under your elbow, you can. You're so cranky. Oh, come play. Come play. Yay. Come and play. Yay. Because I'm not cuddling you. All right. So we're going to lift up. So just relax. Come down, and we'll do a couple of leg lifts here, just to give ourselves a rest before we go into level 2. So lifting up, lowering down. Now, if you're on hardwood floor, if it's probably nicer if you're on carpet, because it's not going to be so much pressure on your hip. But if you're on a hardwood floor and your mat's not super thick, put a blanket underneath you to give you a bit more cushion so that it's not so hard on the hip. All right, so we're going to come level 2. We're just going to come up and we're going to hold. And I want you to breathe. So we're going to come up, we're going to lift, we're going to hold, and it's here, and it's holding. Deep breath in. We're going to do 5 breaths. And deep breath out. So that's 1. So holding strong, lifting up through here, strong through the shoulder. Breath 2. Breath 3. You might be starting to shake a little bit. That's okay. Breath 4. Breath 5. Just relax. Quick rest. Coming up into a mermaid stretch. So we're going to reach down, reach over, press up, reach across to the other side. So this is just giving that shoulder a little bit of a break, because we're going to be working strength on that, doesn't matter which way you're laying, but on that shoulder that we're pressing into. I'm so used to teaching in front of a class where my lefts and rights are opposite, but I haven't yet figured out which left and which right are on camera. So you guys might be able to help me figure that out. Yep, and I will get you some more when I'm finished, okay? All right, so coming back down. Yes, we're coming. We're going to come up. So you're going to lift and hold. This is level 3 or option 3. So option here, if you need to, you can lift the leg, and then lower down. So that's an option if you're having trouble holding. So otherwise, we're going to come up and we're going to leg lift, and we're going to be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Breathing as you exhale, lift 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just relax. Come up again. Just give that arm a little bit of a shake. Just take the hand to that front knee. Take the hand behind. Deep breath in, and then as you exhale, just trying to rotate around a little bit more. You don't want it. You don't want it. Okay. Right. Anybody else really feeling their shoulder? Because mine is on fire. We've got one last one. We're only going to do 5. So again, if you've got a favorite option that we've already done, go back to that. Otherwise, we're going to come up. This time, we're going to add a little rotation. So knee is tucked under, elbow directly under shoulder. We're up, and from here, we're going to rotate. So you're going to rotate down, reach behind, and lift up. So we've got 5 here. So we're reaching down and through. We've got 5, 4, should be really feeling those obliques now. 3, inhaling, exhaling to lift. 2, last 1, and come down. Give that shoulder a little shake. Coming to the other side. So starting with level 1. So now you know all the levels. If there's a favorite one, remember you can do that one twice. You might, again, we talk about this often, feeling like one side's a little weaker than the other. So coming down, elbow down. So let's set up first. So elbow directly under shoulder. So knee is in line with your hip. And we've got that straight line directing all the way to our ankle. So as we exhale, lifting up, you can reach and then come back down. So exhaling to lift and reach. Inhaling to come back down. You're so funny. Look at everyone on the screen. Look at everyone on the screen. You're so tired. Yes. Somebody's so tired. And her name is Mom. Lifting up, coming down. So I've got 3 more. So really breathing through the movement, trying to really lift and engage through that oblique. 2, last 1. Coming down, so leg option here. So just relax, stay up on the shoulder, exhaling to lift up, inhaling to come down. What's in there? No, you can just put yourself to sleep. Your brother used to do that. When I used to teach their classes at the lake, Lachlan used to fall asleep on the mat outside in the sun. It was so nice. Yes, it was so nice. All right, so then we're coming up this time and we're holding. So 5 breath hold. So lift when you're ready, engage when you're ready, lift up and hold. So breathe in and then breathe out. So 1 breath, 2 breath. You might be starting to shake. This vibe might be a little bit weaker. 3, if you fatigue before the set's up, then feel free to take a rest. 2, last 1, coming up. Other leg in front this time into our mermaid stretch. So mermaid stretch down, reaching through, pressing up, and then reaching across to the other side. So the stretch comes on this side. So you want to really feel and enjoy the stretch. Here I come. To the other side. So try and press up through that tricep. So it's my left, but whichever one you're doing. So you're down, elbow down, press up through the tricep, reach up, cartwheel around. Okay. Remember level 3 with the leg. So the option is to lift the leg and then lower, or we're going to lift and hold and 10 with the leg. So elbow directly under shoulder, knees directly under hip, leg nice and strong. Come on. Holding and lifting. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Just come up, give it a bit of a shake. Reaching high, reaching for that front leg, twisting behind, coming into that rotation. Couple of deep breaths here. Hi. Mr. Bunny. You've got a little bit more time. You got this. You can do it. You can lay there for a little bit and not cry. All right, last one here is that rotation and reach through. All right. Up the knee. elbow directly in line with shoulder, reach it up. So we take that deep breath in, we reach through, get you, and then reach it up. And then reach through, here I come, and then reach it up. So here we are, we've got 3, 2, last one, and then relax down. We're going to come onto our backs for the last little bit before we do our pelvic floor activation. Yes, Miss Leia. All right, so lying on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Ready? So let's come into, let's work lower abdominals first. So we're going to come up, hello funny, you're funny, it's like funny. So we're going to come up into our tabletop. So when we're ready, we're going to inhale, one knee to tabletop, exhale the other leg to tabletop, engage and just hold and find that middle. All right. And then from here, we're just going to drop. Actually, we're going to extend. So we're going to extend right leg first, nice and straight. And then inhale, come in. And when you come in, you're going to tuck pelvis under. So you're going to exhale out, inhale in, and then bring the knees to the chest and tuck that pelvis. So we're really working the lower abdominals. Inhale, come back, really extend. Think about the length of the leg, but also thinking about that lower back. So we're only extending as high as we can without letting that lower back lift off the floor. So the lower back just stays nice and flat. We're really working with our transverse abdominis. Now, if that's too much, come down, be here, extend out, come in, and then do a pelvic tilt from here. So you've got the option to be here, extending out, coming in, and then tuck the pelvis under. So you've got the option. If it's too much, or if you're just starting out, then that's where you can be. One more to each side. And then we're going to come up. The hands are by your side, and you're reaching down towards your feet. Tuck your chest, tuck your chin. We're going to lift our chest, and we're going to slide our ribs towards our hips. As we do this one, pull the belly in. Now you're going to hold it here. If you need to hold one hand behind your head, you can, but you're going to hold here. So lift up. If you need to, walk your feet out, tuck your pubic bone to your belly button. It's going to be a little bit more pelvic floor safe, but we're holding and we're lifting. So level 1, we'll just hold and lift, because I've talked too long. You're already probably fatiguing. Just relax, have a quick rest, because on the next one, we're going to pulse. So take that deep breath in, exhale to lift, pull the belly button in, and from here, we're just pulsing by reaching the hands a little bit further down towards our heels. So we're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax down. Take the legs out. Take the arms and extend them back up over your head. And then we're just going to start to cool down with a stretch. So let's bring our left knee into our chest. Hug it as tight as you can. Hug it nice and tight. Deep breath in and out. Just relax and enjoy. Pull as hard as you can. Lengthen that other leg away. Then we'll just stretch the lower back. So take the hand on the outside of that left knee. Take it and roll it across your body. Woo. Take the left arm back behind you. I know this is uncomfortable. Hold for the stretch. Just breathe and relax. Breathe and relax, right? Breathe and relax. Breathe. All right, coming back onto your back. Take the right leg this time. So right knee, hug it into your chest. And then we take it across the body, right arm extended out to the side. Yeah, but
I'll leave it on the cafe.
You'll leave it on in my phone on your cafe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll eat the chocolate on the cafe.
Oh, okay. You can have it later.
Yeah.
I need to blow your nose. All right. So you can stay lying down. We're going to do our pelvic floor activations now. And I'm going to teach you guys how you should be integrating it into everyday activity, because like any other muscle, you need to work it. But in my opinion, your pelvic floor is the most important muscle in your entire body, because it controls so much. It controls like bladder function, but it also controls a lot of things like your balance and your core function and everyday movement as well. So you can stay lying down. My clients that do my class a lot, like we do a lot of activation stuff. So you'll know how to activate it, but you should be lifting and holding it for 10 seconds. So I'm going to time because I can't do it and time at the same time. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, yes, lift and hold your pelvic floor as if you're stopping yourself from going to the toilet. You want to hold the muscle at the back of your hip pelvis, and you want to hold it for 10 seconds. So still trying to maintain your breath. There. Still trying to maintain your breath while you do it. And then let it relax. You need to move. Thank you, babe. So let it relax. Give it a second. And then we're going to lift it and activate again. So what you should be doing is 3 sets of 10 seconds at the end of every day. That is a functional exercise for your pelvic floor. So ready, set, lift and engage, and hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. And relax. So you might feel it let go after a couple of seconds, and that's okay. That's fine. It just means that your pelvic floor needs that work. So if you can't hold for 10 seconds, hold for as long as you can, and then let it go and do as many as you can to fatigue. So I'm going to do one more before we wrap up for the day. So when it's easier to do it lying down, that's the easiest position to do it. So once you've got it strong in that lying position, then you can do a seated position, standing position. You can work all 3 so that you're functional in all sort of settings. All right, get ready, set, and lift and engage. And hold. And relax. So your posture needs to be perfect as well. Well, posture needs to be good to make the pelvic floor work in the right way. So if you're seated and you're slouched, it's not going to activate quite as well. So when you're ready, just come to a seated position, take a couple of last deep breaths, roll the shoulders. I hope that you all enjoyed that and got something out of it. And I hope that now you'll integrate your pelvic floor exercise into every day before you go to bed. Remember to do it so that we can all have nice, thick Scotch fillet pelvic floors. But I will post this recording, and I hope that you guys share it if you love it, and comment on what you'd also like to see more of. Where to go.